Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11 and has autism. We paint together using a hand-over-hand method, and he helps me paint the backgrounds, and then I paint the rest. So, if you've watched any of my other paintings, I do a lot of flowers, and I was gonna completely do something different today, but I'm tired. And flowers are just the easiest thing to think about sometimes. So here I am. And as you may have watched before, I don't generally know what I'm gonna do until it happens. So here I am, not knowing what I'm gonna do until it happens. And I just draw a lot of lines, and then generally with flowers I use one paintbrush, and I go through and I leave a lot of the paint on because I like the way that the colors happen when you kind of add them in there. I like that aspect of it. And so that's kind of what's happening when I do it. And I try to add in some other kind of color and focus when I'm making the flowers. And some take a little more concentration than others. When I was putting my paints on there, I always put my paints on and then go from there. And I completely covered up the one green, which is completely underneath there now. But what I do at the end is kind of mush those all around, and then make paint blob, is what I call it, paint blob jewelry from it. These are going to be, this is a ring, and then this is either going to be, I've several of them, so a keychain or a necklace, but I've got magnets and some different bracelets and things like that. So eventually I'll get there, and it'll be on my website. But Owen started back to school today. Let's all give a shout out to school. Oh, I'm so happy he went back to school. He thrives in school. He absolutely thrives in school and loves it. And so if I could have year-round school for him and him go all the time, that would be a miracle and amazing, because he would just love it. He absolutely would thrive in that type of setting. I know we all need days off and things happen and so forth and so forth and so on, but I feel like he would really benefit from a school, year-round school. So at some point that will be a goal, but for right now I'm just happy that he is back in the swing of things. It's so hard when routine is everything, and here he is bebopping along, and then all of a sudden there's no more school, there's no more anything. And so that's just, it's awful for him, because that's where he loves to be, that's where he wants to be. And so when you don't have something like that, it's a shock to his system, you know, it's completely out of his realm. So I was glad and thankful that today was the big day to go back to school. I really don't know where, like I sneeze, plot and plan my colors here, so I just, you know, I don't really plan the flowers out. So I just kind of put them where I think they'll go and then adjust. And sometimes I put stuff on top of things that I didn't really want to put on top. Like I probably would have liked it in my mind had this one been behind that one. And I can technically fix it in the sense of just putting the green stripe over it. But it really doesn't matter because I'll probably end up putting something else on top of it to begin with. So we're just going to leave it for now and continue to go with the flow. Now this bright yellow that I'm using, it's also, there's like a peachy color in there. Both of these are what they call neons, and it's mixed in there. The blue that I have in there is one of the blues, is a neon as well. And the neons, this is a neon, and this actually is the neon here, the green, when it dries, it's going to stand out a little bit more. It's not going to fade as much in the background as some of the other colors. So the neons just kind of hold their color, like kind of shine bright, so you see them a little bit more, and that's kind of what they do. I think I could fall asleep sitting up. It's been a rough couple of weeks, months, years. Owen sleeps some and then doesn't sleep some and goes back and forth in all of the sleeping. So thankfully he was awake. Off and on between 9 and midnight, and then thankfully he got back to sleep and stayed asleep, so that was helpful, and then woke up, you know, and went to school today. They started on a Friday, which was kind of hard because he's so routined, and then to have this random Friday, but he did good. So I was able to, I'm trying to decide what color I want there, and so that's why I'm like, what do I want to do? What do I want? Oh, I haven't used this one at all. So once we kind of got past this little sleeping moment last night, he had a good night. He woke up and was in a good mood and knew he was going to one of his favorite places and knew he was going to wait for the bus, and all of those were excellent and wonderful things. So once all that kind of took place, he was thrilled, and it was a good day. It was, you know, and it's hard because he doesn't understand why he can't go all the time to something like that. But he did good today. He was excited to be there, and I was excited to have him go. So actually, I think, could fall asleep right now. I'll try to stay awake for the rest of the paint, though. Whoa, see, this is the problem. I don't know if you noticed. You might have to rewind. Rewind and pay attention to that little section there. I get myself in trouble a lot when I'm painting because what I was telling you is, I use one paintbrush, so I get all the colors on there. But generally, I put way, and then add some way more times too much paint on my paintbrush. And then it drops when I'm, moving across the canvas. So that's a problem. And I need to fix it, but this is the way I paint. So you can only change so many things in so much time. So I just let it be. That's what we do. That's how we get there. And it all works out in the wash. But I still need to be careful because sometimes I have to add little paint drops. I fling the paintbrush and it gives a whole different effect. Now see, I didn't really want to mess that one up in the sense of trying to put something that close to it, but I need to do something because it needs something right there. So I think I'm just gonna kind of, sometimes you can just put mush in it, and especially with this color background, I think that will be, and then we can just add some of the little green stuff. That's the technical term, green stuff. It's all under there. I like the dark color that I wanted is for that green. It was under all of that mess that I did. Sometimes you just gotta add some little what looks like leaves. If you've watched before, I don't know why I love that word so much, but I do. Leaves. It just fascinates me. I don't know why. It's one of those things that you just let it be. You don't know why you're say it, do it, be it. But there you go. So I think now that I still keep saying that I wasn't going to do anything with that, I feel like I want something down here just to give it a little, it needed some attitude or something, I don't know. And I'm going to add some little, I call these little spiky doodles. That's the real technical term. That's probably not what I wanted to do either, but we'll just kind of see what happens. Sometimes I get a little, slap happy. That might be the good word. And I probably shouldn't do something exactly the way it was, but we'll just keep adding till that's better. Sometimes you just need little changes to add, subtract, multiply to different things. So I think that's where we're at. I might want to add a little, I think I'm going to add just some dots in here. Sometimes you need that filler. just a little bit. Okay, let's see. I don't want to like add too many things, but I just want to have something that sticks out there. Okay, so I do O for Owen, and I always make sure that that's obvious, that's big, that's part of it, because that is the foundation of, he's the foundation of why I started painting. And so he's part of our paintings. So it's gotta be. So there we go. So thank you for watching and being a part of our day. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Toodles!